Up next on my search for the most abhorrent game is E.T., with the full title adding the Extra-Terrestrial, if you really want to be anal about titles. E.T., the Extra-Terrestrial. A timeless sci-fi classic about the friendship and love between two beings from different species, packed full of vivid imagery. No, I'm thinking of the movie, not this game. Now, that's mainly responsible for the video game industry crash of 1983. As well as holding the title of Game Industry Crasher, this game can also be attributed to be one of the first games to inspire an influx of hastily made games to make a quick buck, by riding the success from its film counterpart. So let's grab our copy from the burial ground and find out what makes this a terrible game. Okay, this title screen looks promising enough. E.T. seems happy, but this music is way too annoying. Well, let's start this up. Okay, E.T.'s coming down on... Is that meant to be a spaceship? Oh, okay, let's drop in this field. Okay, doesn't seem to be much going on here. Okay, well, what is this over here? And I dropped down a hole. Now, you see, the thing about this is... I had to edit this so many times because I kept dropping down the hole, and the game's movement, you just move a little bit too far and you drop down into the hole. And look, captured already by an FBI agent. And look, he's putting me in jail that I can just easily walk out of. I'm done with this. This game's Achilles heel is that it's boring, with its gameplay best described as a collectathon, walk 'em up, and next stretch 'em up. The objective of the game is to collect 3 telephone pieces in order to call home. It sounds simple enough, hey? Only that these pits are the only way to find these telephone pieces, and if E.T. can't be a receiver, he has to waste energy to get back out of the pit. Not only does energy get wasted elongating E.T.'s neck to help him levitate out of America's most sinkhole-infested area, it gets used on any task E.T. completes, which is more likely going to be walking. This then creates a ticking time bomb feel to the game, because you lose a life whenever you run out of energy, and as you waste energy emerging from yet another empty pit, you realize how poorly implemented this feature is. You can, however, regain the energy by eating Reese's Pieces, but I'm sure the company regretted allowing their candy into this game, as the graphics can easily make them mistaken for rabbit turds. Scientists and FBI, the game's only enemies, serve as more of a hindrance than a threat, as they either move E.T. to a different spot in the map, or take a telephone piece. They act more like padding to the game, as you need to play this game longer if you fall victim to their capture. To add insult to this already lackluster game, when you collect all pieces of the telephone, a time limit is then placed on you to get to your ship. Now, if you do get to the ship, and don't quit through sheer frustration, your reward for beating this game is... the ability to replay the game, but with the telephone pieces in different positions. Now, yes, I know this is a very satisfying feature within the game, and... hold on, while I make a complaint. Well, that was E.T., the Extra-Terrestrial. A boring mess of a game where you play an E.T.-shaped blob that constantly falls in pits and gets outrun by scientists. With annoying beeps serving as the game's music and gameplay that, for the most part, is confusing to figure out, you'd assume that this is the worst game so far, right? Well, no. I'd still put the Atari version of Pac-Man as a worse game over this, mainly because I find it just aged E.T. with its gameplay and music's atrociousness. Keeping the theme of connecting these games somewhat with each other, the next game I'll be looking at, like E.T., is also based off a popular movie. Look, if you don't want to be surprised, or you're just impatient, you can just search up the Wikipedia Worst Games list.